Welcome to another flipping video. This one is a bit different though. I won't be flipping any PCs, but I will be teaching you how to list your gaming computer to get the most profit out of it. But before we do that, a word from today's sponsor. Thank you Super CDK for being our personal supplier for cheap and legitimate Windows keys. Head down below, find your desired Windows key. They have Windows 10 and Windows 11. Before you check out, use the discount code SPLA to save on that sweet green. To activate the key, you just simply copy and paste it into your window activation settings and bam, legit Windows key. Thank you Super CDK, and let's get back to the video. I'm going to assume you have already built a computer and got it for pretty cheap price to make some profit. So I will not be teaching you how to find the parts and get good deals, but if you do want a video on that, then let me know down below. Today I'll be teaching you mainly about the listing process, what goes into a good listing, and what makes a good listing. I'll be using a PC I sold in a video as an example throughout this video. The first thing every listing needs is some solid pictures, so let's start there. I also want to say I'm not the best at taking pictures of PCs either, so let me know some tips down below so we can all learn from each other. The first picture you want is a straight on shot of the PC. Then I would follow with a side view or inside of the PC. Then you start getting a GPU shot, maybe a shot of the CPU cooler. It depends on what you want to show off in your build, really. If you have a nice GPU, then get a picture of it. If you have some RGB RAM, make sure to include that in the pictures and so on. Then another picture you should include is a picture of the rear I/O. I like to include this so people can see how many USB ports it has or how many display ports the GPU has to hopefully prevent people asking that question, but you'll still get that for the people that don't look at all the pictures. If your pictures aren't coming out as good as you expected or as good as you want, then I recommend picking up a cheap ring light because lighting really goes a long way, and always take your photos in vertical. And that is it for pictures. Like I said, if you guys have any more tips, leave them down below so everyone can learn from each other. But yeah, I like to aim for at least 5 pictures. It doesn't hurt to have more, but it definitely might hurt if you have less than 5. Next step in the listing is the title. It is really quite simple, but you'll still see the terrible listings such as computer or RGB gaming PC. No, I'm not saying you can't use RGB gaming PC, but make sure that's not the only thing you include in the title. I always start my titles with gaming PC and I follow it with the specs, such as Ryzen 9 5900X, RTX 3080, 32 gigabytes of RAM. But feel free to play around with your words. You can always add words like amazing or fast gaming PC. You can really use anything to describe the PC, but always include a rough breakdown of the specs. Next up is the description. I would say this is the most important thing in a listing next to the pictures. A lot of people always go wrong in the description. Either they share too much or they just share too little. This is how I do it, so feel free to copy it, and you can even add your own twist to it. I start with a slight intro, like, hello, I just built this awesome gaming PC. Then you want to follow with who it would be good for, something along the lines of, this would be great for a beginner wanting to get into PC gaming, or someone just wanting another PC, or this PC would be great for 4K gaming. Whatever your PC is good for, put that. Then I mentioned only selling, no trades, only the PC and power cord is included, unless you are including any other things. Then under that is where you put some benchmarks. Make it short and simple. State the game, resolution you tested, the settings used, and the average FPS. Then the specs list is up. I always start with the CPU, so for this PC, it was an i7 4770, followed by the GPU, which was an awesome GTX 1660 Ti. Then just list all the other parts, including all the specs. For the storage drive is where I state what Windows or any operation system is loaded. And to finalize the description, I end with stating what forms of payment I accept and the price of the system. I will explain how to get the price of your PC at the end. Once you type everything in, your description should look a little bit like this. Here's the front on shot that I was talking about. Here is like an inside shot of the PC, exactly what I was talking about. Shows the GPU, shows all the RGB fans. Here's another inside shot, just another view, like angle of it. Another inside shot showing the RAM. Another inside shot just kind of zoomed in, showing more of the SSD since it is a WD Black NVMe. And I know I said include a picture of the rear I/O, but I don't always do that. I don't always do it if I'm missing the rear I/O, because a lot of people will get skeptical about that and they will just be like, it's like broken, I don't want to buy it. So I don't include that, but I do tell people that the rear IO shield is missing, but it doesn't affect the performance at all. But I don't include a picture of it, if that makes sense. You can really adjust the rules in like the outline of this video. You don't have to include everything. Like, I don't include everything all the time, and you'll see more in the description. As you see though, I did include more than 5 pictures. I included 6. And then next up is the title. There it is. Gaming PC, GTX 1660 Ti, i7, and 32 gigabytes of RAM with an exclamation point. And then for the description, there it starts. There is the exact intro that I was saying. Hello, I just built up this gaming PC, and it is perfect for anyone wanting to dip their toes into PC gaming. So I went with the more like, this is perfect for the beginner route. But if it was a more high-end PC, I would probably use that same thing, low-key. I've been using the same intro for a little bit, but it would be something along the lines of that, and I would state it would be perfect for 4K gaming. And then next I said, this is great for 1080p at low to high settings on most titles. I put some examples, Apex, Fortnite, Rainbow, AAA titles. And as you see, I didn't include the benchmarks in the description as I was saying that you need to. Lately, I haven't been doing it, and I've been having really good luck with it. A lot of people, they'll just ask me, and I'll just tell them the benchmarks instead of just putting it in the description, but you guys can play along with it. Then I said, only the tower and power cord is included, and then I listed the specs. CPU, i7-4770, Asus, the motherboard, the RAM, the graphics card, the power supply, the storage. I said can add more storage for extra if needed. Stated what case it was. I said it has an RGB button to change the colors of the fans. And then I said, thanks for checking out my ad. Contact me for any questions or to come pick it up. Venmo, Cash, or PayPal is accepted. And that is my whole description. If you followed what I did, you can expect to see profit numbers from $100 to $400 on a single computer. Although there is a lot more factors that goes into it, if your market isn't good for it, then you can't change that. But this is how I sell my gaming PCs and get the most possible profit. Now let me teach you how I price my computers. It is really simple. You grab your specs list and you search all the parts up on eBay and sort it by sold listings. And then I find the average price and type it in and do that for all the parts. If you bought it brand new, then obviously use the brand new price, but if you're a PC flipper, most of the parts might be used. And then you should get something like this. On the left, I have the prices I paid for everything, and then on the right is my eBay price. So for the i7-4770, I found the average price was $45. For the GPU, it was $155. And then the motherboard was average price of around $80. For the RAM, $45. For the SSD, it was brand new, so I just thought of a brand new SSD price and put $50. And then the power supply came to $30. The Roswell ATX case was brand new, so I just put $65. And then I got a total price of $470. And that was the total price of all the eBay parts tallied up. And then from that, I take eBay's total and add 100 for my time that it took to find the parts, build a PC, test it, and so on. And then for this computer, I didn't do the exact 100, but I did list it almost $100 higher. I listed it at 550. Once you double check that your pictures are all good, the title's good, the description, everything is good to go, post that listing, and welcome to the waiting game, baby. If you guys want to actually see how I sell my gaming PCs in action and not just the listing process, then watch my flipping videos here. I have quite a few of them, so enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!